So, ladies and gentlemen, Lil Wayne is making it clear that he is not afraid of what AI can do, and we're gonna talk about why he feels that way. But before we do, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. So, Lil Wayne sat down for a podcast interview with football player Cam Heyward, where the topic of AI and music has come up because AI has been a hot topic within music for the past like 2 years now because there are many AI products that have been developed to have the capabilities to create songs or manufacture songs that sound similar to a specific genre, or in some cases could even sound identical to specific artists like Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne ended up telling his own story of where he first found out about this, and he experimented, he tested out how these AI programs will fare when they try to make a song similar to Lil Wayne. And in his opinion, they all sucked, and he felt as though they don't really pose a threat. And this is something that a lot of people really do have to understand, is that in reality, many of these AI programs that make music, they're not uh they're not a they're not a threat as they currently stand, because in reality, many of what people call AI, really what people are referring to as artificial intelligence right now, it's not truly intelligent. It's really just advanced machine learning. For it to truly be the intelligence that everybody is fearful that it is, in order for it to actually get to that level, it would need to become sentient. In other words, it would need to gain some sort of consciousness. Otherwise, it's just always going to remain a basic computer program that can't function unless it's given directions from a human. Because, and in my opinion, I don't think that's truly a big threat to artists as it stands right now. Now, things could always change, but I don't think it's a legitimate threat due to the fact that it can't innovate like humans can. Because in order for it to truly replace humans, it can't just keep copy and pasting and stealing everybody else's stuff. For the people that don't know, the way AI music apps work is they literally they source all the music on the internet and then steal a little bit of a bunch of these different songs. I can't call it sampling because, again, they're not giving people credit. They're not even trying to acknowledge that they're stealing people's material, which is why many of these companies like Suno were facing lawsuits. But they're sourcing a bunch of everybody else's material and then collecting that data and then manufacturing a hit by literally trying to copy and recreate something that already exists. Which, if that's the case, you really can't replace humans, because you would need to be able to innovate, and it can't do that. In order to innovate, you need to be willing to go outside the line, color outside the lines, go beyond the norms, break the rules. You would need to be willing to be different. And AI, AI, as it currently stands, it can't do that, because at the end of the day, all it could do is stay within the parameters of what a particular human is requesting that AI operate within, to execute a specific prompt that the human is asking the AI to execute. So, in basic terms, it only can do what it's told. That's literally it. It can't invent a new version. It can't create a new wave within any genre, because all it could do is create whatever the human asks it to do. But even when the human asks it to do something, it has to go steal from material from other humans. So as it stands right now, it really can't do what many people are fearful that it will do, which is replace artists. And it doesn't mean that it can't create a good song, but again, in my opinion, it is very overrated. Now, Lil Wayne says he believes that they all suck. I don't necessarily think they suck. I think most of them suck. Some of them can be hit or miss, but it's still not particularly good. Like, like if you guys remember a few months ago, Kaylani got into like this like weird beef with the AI artists, because Kaylani was critiquing how a lot of AI artists are being created and giving $1 million record deals from these major labels. And she obviously says she doesn't respect that, which she shouldn't, obviously. And one of the women behind a particular AI artist, she used the AI to put out a diss song. And even when you hear the diss song came off very hollow. It came off very disingenuous because a lot of the diss song was the AI artist trying to imply that Kalani is just jealous and she's not worried about she's not worried about what Kalani or anybody else has to say because she's changing people's lives and she's saving people's lives, which again sounds ridiculous because this is not a real person. This is not a real artist. Prior to beefing with Kalani, most people never heard of this AI artist, and it just simply doesn't hit the same as a human, especially because many people want that human experience of going to concerts or doing meet and greets or watching a particular artist if they're on social media, following them there. Like many people, while this may sound silly, many people do want these other aspects of connection with a particular artist that they like, and you can't really do that with a computer program. Not really, like like not unless you want to plug yourself, like literally do like some, plug yourself into some sort of matrix and try to virtually teleport into that computer program. But that's again, that's not that's not that's either not real, or even if it is real, that's not something that I would want to explore. But either way, Cam Heyward also brought up a good point when he talked about how Beanie Siegel was using AI to help him with his voice. Because for the people that don't know, Beanie Siegel was dealing with health issues and was literally starting to lose his voice. And he was talking about how he was using the AI to, still try to create material and use that to maintain his voice on record, even if he ends up losing it in real life. And that to me points to a very good point of what AI could realistically be at its best, which is something that could be used as a tool for artists, right? Because again, at the end of the day, the humans are where the creativity is at. And I don't think, again, unless these programs eventually become sentient beings, which I don't think is going to happen, or if it does happen, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. The best thing that they can be at this point is just an additional tool to try to help creative people be more creative in any way possible, whether it's to fix a certain issue or deficit you may be dealing with, like Beanie Siegel and him losing his voice, or whether it be you being a content creator and you're trying to, find different ways to edit your videos, and maybe you found a mix of you editing with the AI, also adding more edits to make, to maximize the video to try to make it the best presented video. Or if you're an artist, maybe maybe using the AI mixing and mastering software. There are some AI apps that do that. I don't think they're particularly good right now, but you never know, they could become better. But let me know, do you agree with Lil Wayne?